So we had some teachers who were interested in bringing in Prisms. So we had a lot of support from our ESC, and they came to us and we were able to make it work. It came in initially as a math pilot, and now it's kind of geared more towards science, I feel like, in our building. The kids love it. They're still learning the content, but it's no longer just a lesson presented by the teacher on the board. Now it's a whole different realm of engagement.
Integrating VR headsets with the curriculum that we already teach has just opened a whole new world to the students that goes beyond the traditional classroom. It allows the students to immerse themselves in the actual program, whatever it may be. If it's journeying through a cell, looking at macromolecules on a level that you can't do in the classroom, has just created such a growth within the ability to change the way that we look at how a regular classroom should be.
It's been very rewarding to see the kids kind of get a click moment. So for photosynthesis, it's a very nebulous thing. You're trying to imagine this organelle inside of a chloroplast, inside of a leaf, inside of a plant. And it's not really something you can see, but a lot of them have been having positive feedback about it was really cool to actually be able to go inside of that organelle and be immersed in that and see the process taking place and see these molecules as they go along through the different pathways.
I was struggling with the concept of how photosynthesis and cellular respiration go through all the phases and how they work, but with Prisms, it helped me so much to better understand it. I think the aspect of VR that makes me understand it easier is that you get to interact with these things and actually see it happen. Obviously, you'll get to see it on a presentation or a slideshow or hear your teacher talk about it, but actually being able to interact with it, I think just activates a different part of your brain to really understand it.
Well, there was this one where we had to make diets for these people in Africa to treat different ailments, which I thought was interesting. It was probably my favorite one.
And we were talking about like macromolecules and like lipids and carbohydrates and all that. And so it would say like this person needs this requirement and this person needs this, and we'd have to like make the things specifically for their like dietary needs.
When I'm in Prisms, I can get a deeper understanding because I can actually tear apart and look inside of what I'm learning. And Prisms also has this thing where like you can listen to this certain thing over and over again if you need to. I feel like when I'm sitting in class and listening to a lecture, I get like embarrassed to ask him to like go over that again. With Prisms, I can just re-listen as many times as I want. I can go and re-listen and relearn stuff that was covered that I thought was maybe going too fast for me. And it helps build that confidence in me. I can go into Prisms and not feel like I have to get all the questions right, and I don't feel as much pressure on me.
With the confidence in learners and being able to try, gives them kind of an open window of trying multiple times and failing and learning from those failures and making those corrections as they move along. It's also increased their ability to collaborate with each other, their team working skills, their critical thinking skills as they're going through some of the programs. When you put the headsets on, everyone's involved. Every student is excited to come to class, and they seem to show a large growth in the learning of whatever curriculum we're discussing at the time.
Prisms is the hook. We really have to start engaging our kids in relevant learning and focus on preparing them for the future. And so that's been a big piece with Prisms that they've brought to the table.
Technology just always moves forward, and if we don't embrace it and help students learn how to use it and engage with it, we're doing a disservice to our students. I think it's really important for us to use these technologies to try and drive student learning and interest, and I think the VR headsets have done a pretty effective job of that.
My favorite part about Prisms is probably being able to go at my own pace. So I'm able to go a little bit slower maybe if I need to take a little longer, or if I know the topic, I'm able to just go through it a lot quicker. By that, I'm able to improve myself, and my teacher is able to see what I need to improve on also.
Additionally, as a teacher, we're monitoring while they use it, and I can see student so-and-so has reached this checkpoint. I can see this student has tried this many attempts. I can see what they put on the previous attempts. The data is there, which is great to have.
I definitely feel like I'm staying involved in that aspect of being interactive with the Prism headsets. It keeps my brain working, and it keeps me being able to solve the equations and knowing what I'm doing.
It's like a way to actually visualize it without spending money on other materials or having to clean stuff up. It's like your own little experiment.
I struggled to pay attention sometimes in class, specifically because I just don't find this topic interesting. But when you get hands-on with it, and when I can actually see, feel, and touch what I'm learning about, it makes a difference. To have something that keeps me and my fellow students constantly engaged is something that I think is worthwhile.
We have other teachers that are starting to ask about it, and I think that's because of students. Students are asking about it or talking about it in the hallways and other classes. So now we have other teachers coming to us and say, hey, does Prism support whatever their content is? We're really excited for Prisms to stay at Valley View High School and grow. We've seen so much just from what we already have and we've already exposed our students to, that we're really looking forward to the future to bring Prisms into other areas, whether that's other contents or other classrooms with teachers, just because of the excitement that we've seen students, and they're finally seeing that relevance and that engagement in their curriculum.